lived in my house. It had to be a woman because I didn't want no dudes in the crib. And she, around my woman and all that. But she lived with me. So at one point, I had two shift of editors because when everyone, it was COVID. So when everyone would go to sleep, I'd be like drunk and high and up, and I wanted to edit. So I was editing like 12-hour shifts. I wear people out, and I went through about 4 editors to get to that. But it's easier if you have moving forward. That's not happening again. So before I even shoot, I damn near have this shit edited. So it's like my storyboards. I was making storyboards for the next movie I'm shooting. It's called Dead Weight. It's a zombie movie, and I turned it into a comic book. So I'm not changing the script in the edit. I'm shooting according to the script. You know. Yeah, the editing is way harder than the shooting. The editing and even the mixing, like people don't understand. Like sound is very important. There's some shit in there that I'm still. This is not. There's some problem. I didn't want to. That's why I didn't want to look at it because every time I look at it, I find problems. And sometimes it depends on the different studios, but the sound is very important to me. I don't know if y'all know this, but I think sometimes the sound was a little too loud for the narration. There's things I wanted to hit harder, but that's because I looked at it at the music hall in Detroit. I don't know what it sounds like in the theater, so it's weird. But I care about every little thing. I care about the color. I care about the sound. I care about the way it moves. I care about the story. I care about the acting. I care about the clothes. I want that shit to match. I'm insane. I'm a maniac on the set. I'm a monster. But I love it. And time goes so fast when you. I guess, yeah, time is like the devil when you're shooting because you got to pay for every second. So you have to make every second count. And when you're putting up your own bread, you don't want to waste a second. When you're not, you want to waste a lot of time. The people that are working never know exactly who's paying for it, so they don't know should they waste time or should they work. I let them know that they're going to work. No hurry up to wait. If anybody here been to a video set or a movie set, people just sitting the fuck around, right? It'd be 100 people, you're on the trailer, and it's what's going on? They're setting up. How is 100 people doing nothing setting up? And everything's costing money. And after 12 hours, if it's union, it's time and a half. So it's in your best interest to waste time. And in Hollywood or in California, everybody is a hustler. Everybody. It's crazy in California. It's all about the skim. Niggas ain't shit in California, bro. I mean, tell me. You don't even know. And then SAG and all this other shit. You're supposed to be independent, but you got to listen to SAG. I'll be like, yeah, all right. Me and SAG be getting at it. Nah, it's just I don't pay people. I don't pay third parties. I cut out the middleman. I'm the director. I'm the producer. I know how much the potato chip costs, like craft service. When it's your bread, you know how to do shit. It wasn't a relationship thing. People, what you'd be surprised about as an independent? They hold you way more accountable than corporate. So corporate should be net 90 days, meaning you don't get paid for 90 days. Independent, they want you to pay before, or I'm calling the cops. This shit is crazy. I'm like, yo, how come you hold me to such a high standard? I'm independent. So you would think being independent means people cut corners. People become more assholes because they want to get paid. They don't think they're going to get paid after they do the work. So they want to get paid right then and there, or they think you're a thief, and then that becomes offensive. That's the trigger. Why are you accusing me of robbing you? I ain't robbed you yet. Let me rob you first. But that's not my intention. But if you accuse me of that, now I think I'm going to rob you now. Fuck that.
movie when they did it was a scary movie, and they did it, and it blew up, but they spent a little money on it. Blair Witch Project, and they did it with the independent with the regular camera, and it blew up. How you do you promote the youngsters to go out there and shoot with they iPhone and go edit that shit up? Because that's what we do out here in Northern California. We're independent. We in the independent game. We've been always independent. We don't have a big music labels out here, so we have to do everything independent, selling tapes and CDs out the back of our trucks, out the cars and all that type of shit out here in San Francisco. We did a movie called Beware Those right here in Fillmore, which is me, my big homie JT, and we used a lot of the Bay Area rappers that was popping at that time, and we used them, and we used they platform, even though it wasn't no platform back then, but we used the people that, they fans. And we did, I think we sold like 20,000 units, and that was big for an independent.
How come you didn't do another one?
You know what? And the cool thing about it, we didn't do another one, but JT, he been doing a lot of, he had moved to Africa, and he did a lot of movies. He did a couple series.
What's the? Oh, that's my. So what is it that? What's the question?
No. The question was, do you motivate the youngsters to do independent films, even if they got the budget?
I'm motivating everyone to do independent films.
For sure.
That's what I'm saying. I'm an example that you could do independent films. It really doesn't matter what you use; it's just how good it is. But at the end of the day, the good part about today is you can put it on Tubi.
Yes.
Period. Tubi. And if they like it, they'll buy it. But the distribution is not an issue. I distribute again, my thing is to give curriculum, to show you. So when I distribute 50 movies, and a lot of them aren't that good, but if they were, they would make more money. So what I do is I tell the filmmakers how to make more money by being better. What kind of coverage you need to get. If you have an iPhone, you still need a wide shot to establish it. When people are talking, you still need to have the camera on the person talking. Yeah. You still need to have an establishing shot, and you need to have transitions. You still, regardless of what you shoot it with, the sound is important. So resources are there because you have the culture, you have the backdrop, and you have the talent. If you know how to edit that shit right, because what I was saying, if you have a good DP and you shoot that shit great and it gets edited terrible, it's a terrible movie. A movie like the Blair Witch Project, it happened literally 25 years ago.
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen very often. It's a fluke. It's lotto. You can't depend on something like that happening. You have to depend on the fact that you have an insulated audience, that you know how to make it, you know your consumer, you talk right to them, and fuck everybody else. You love the people that love you, and whoever doesn't, fuck them.
Fuck them, for real. Appreciate it.
Well, all right. I had a question, Dame, concerning distribution. You have Hulu, you have Pluto, you have Tubi, et cetera, et cetera. The first part of the question is, if you do a deal with Hulu or Tubi, are you exclusive to them?
Not Tubi.
You're not exclusive?
Not at all.
Okay, and then
Tubi pays out the best. Everybody else is terrible. Tubi pays.
Right. What is that? And the second question, which will lead to the third question, the second question is, how do you identify, for example, Tubi, yes, but if there's another platform that fits or suits your movie, would you go with them and take less?
What do you mean take less? We eat the food we kill. It's about how they pay out.
So it's always Tubi?
No, it's not always Tubi. That's just one avenue.
Right.
When you make a movie, there's different rights. There's digital rights, there's the cable rights, there's the TV rights, there's the international rights. Tubi is just a digital thing.
So what is your perspective on Netflix?
Netflix sucks. But,
Can you elaborate on the suck part?
Well, the purpose of it is, the thing about Netflix is the paid subscription as a business model doesn't work. It has to be free. And when they want to now acquire, when they want to work with you at this point, they want to acquire it. They don't want to license it. They want to buy your shit. But if you have enough power, you can make a deal. But, every platform, I don't care where it's seen as long as I get money.
Correct.
Like it doesn't matter where it's seen as long as that commercial runs.
And what is the barriers, or is it easy for the approach if someone is an independent filmmaker? Is it an easy access to, like, say, for example, Tubi?
Yeah, I could get you to Tubi. I distribute 50 movies on Tubi that are not mine.
So how do we connect, or anybody in the audience connect with you to get their movie distributed if they have one?
Shaw knows.
Shy knows, you guys. There you go. Thank you,
Yeah,
Damon.
you know, that's why I'm here.
No, I love you to death.
I appreciate it. No, what I'm saying is it's not difficult. I'm here. That's why I am here. I'm here to share resources. If your work is good and it doesn't fuck mine, you can pump it on my block. You feel me? You know, as long as I eat. And I'm a pass the plug, and I'm going to showcase the knowledge. Like I said, everything I do, I'm bringing curriculum. I'm going to show you how to be my competitor and my partner at the same time.
All right, quick question. Earlier you discussed the verticals that you had. If you had to start over from scratch with the knowledge you know now, would you focus more on a vertical that you're passionate about, or would you focus on something that has low overhead, high profit margins, scale that, and then start focusing on the passionate verticals?
Passion first, scale later. You know, like I said, in the talk, I dream the perfect dream first. The dream is to do something, get paid, to do something that you do for free. And money doesn't even come into play. And then from there, then I figure out how to flip and make it cost effective and grow accordingly. But what I do know is you got to lose before you gain in business no matter what. You know, if you know that it's going to be a struggle, then it's not a struggle. Struggle is a surprise to me. If I already know what's going to happen and I've been through it before, it's not a struggle. It's not going to bother me to deal with it. So I already know what happens with starting a business. For most people, the first time it's uncomfortable, but the uncomfortableness is growing. It's like when you work out and your muscles are sore. Unless your muscles hurt, they're not growing. Unless you do it repetitively all day long, every day, they're not going to grow. You're wasting your time if you do it once in a while. But there's going to be some pain before the gain. But when I'm not surprised about the pain, it don't hurt so much. When I don't have such a high expectation of somebody or something, it doesn't disappoint me. And I have no fear of it. You know? There's no loss when I'm doing what I love. And the bill could get paid late. I don't give a fuck. As y'all see. I really don't. I've paid late bills for years, and it's in the newspaper every time. And I don't give a fuck. Because I got shit to show for it. I'm not just sitting around not paying bills. It's late because I might have a timing issue, but it is what it is. I'm paying my own shit. It's mine. It's late, it's late. I'm cash and carry, so I don't care about my credit score. I haven't had a credit score since 2005. So real. You know, they make you panic about shit. But in the street, nobody's worried about that shit. There's no contracts. There's no credit. It's cash and carry. So I just keep it street. You know, but with the legal product. Once you survive the jungle, everything else is easy. So I'm not going to be worried because you're worried. Because worry is contagious if you're not conscious of it. But confidence should be too. So hopefully I have enough confidence to make everybody in this room confident. There's no loss unless you look at it as a loss. But just don't compare yourself to other people. But make sure you're happy. Do what you want as long as you do it well. You got to be able to back the talk up. Like if I'm talking and saying, you know, this, that, and the third, but I don't have a movie in back of me or with other historic shit I've done, then yeah, that's a false sense of self. I'm overcompensating. But these accolades I'm giving myself are based on things I've actually done consistently. I'm 52. I've been doing this since I'm 19. And before that, I was getting money in the street. Either way, it's always been energy. So I've always been inspired to do better. I look for the challenges. I don't like too easy. I don't want to be like uncomfortable to where I'm miserable, but I want to be in an uncomfortable place where I know the more uncomfortable I'm better. Sitting around and thinking about shit that I could do, that makes me uncomfortable. Not doing my thoughts and making them tangible, that bothers me. But while I'm working to get what's on my mind done, I feel great. And it's not about the bread. It's about my heart and the people around me that are happy and that benefit from it. So understanding what's real wealth is important. Understanding your dreams are important. Understanding what's real pain and what you got to worry about. Like, unless you're going to jail sick or dying, I don't really want to hear about it. You could always come back. If you're worried about what people think, please don't bring that to me. Just, it's just not me. I think people could do whatever they want if they could visualize it and have confidence in it. And if people aren't supporting your dream, that should be the fuel to your fire. So I remember when I brought Jay-Z around and everybody in Harlem was laughing at him, it just made me want to prove them wrong. Prove them wrong by winning. That's the best revenge. But complaining about not winning is corny as fuck.
In 2 years, or if I make $2 million, I'm gonna go to something else? Like, how do you know when it's time to go to the next dream? Like, do you put like an expectation on it? Like, what if it was like $2 million and you made that in like a year? Do you go?
It depends on my bills. Because again, it's not about the money, really. It's just about paying your bills. So if I need to make, $88,000 a month, which is $1 million a year, then that's whatever I love has to make. And I figure I just back it down from there, and everything else is gravy. But I don't really do things for business. I do it because I love it. It's an idea I want to see come to fruition. I told you, I'm not the best businessman.
Okay, so I guess, like, when do you know when it's time to go to your next dream? Like, you dream a lot, so when do you know when to go to the next idea?
When that dream is realized itself. When the dream becomes reality, the death of a dream is the best funeral to go to, because then it becomes real. It's the best funeral when your dream dies, because that means it's alive. And then it's time to dream bigger. But, if I got work, I can't buy more work till I sell the work I got. So that's when it's time. After you sell the work you got, it's time to go invest in some more work. But you can't do nothing else until divesting sometimes, that means you got to sell things at a fire sale, a haircut. So one dream has to realize itself. One dream dies, another dream is born. But it dying means it's realized itself.
Hi, Danny. My name is Michelle, and I am an entrepreneur from Oakland. And so first, I wanted to thank you for highlighting Black entrepreneurship in the movie Inspire.
Thank you.
So with that being said, I also have a package for you, too. But I, too, am a one-woman show. And what I realized is that in order to build my brand to become more universal, I need some help. So what type of, or what advice could you have someone, could you provide someone that's trying to build their brand and take it to the next level?
There's levels to this. So the brand is something that you want to pay your bills and your kids' bills. So you have to live it every day. And to me, if you could be a brand consistently for 5 years, you could be sustainable. But if you could be a brand for 10, you'll be there forever. Being a brand means a brand can't happen overnight. It has to be something that's had a record of happening or an algorithm for a while. That's what a brand is. So patience comes with a brand. Consistency comes with a brand. if you're, it's like people sometimes judge the value of a brand by what it generates. It just depends on what you judge the success of your brand. So for my brand, I feel like I generate a degree of consciousness that helps people become independent. It doesn't make me so much of a dollar, really. But my profit is when I see people winning, you know? So I have a brand for helping people win, even when I'm not. So it's hard to determine. Like, I move not by profit. I kind of move by what makes me feel good and my bills being paid. But bills being paid is important, especially when you have people you love. Bills got to be paid, but doesn't mean that you can't spend time working on what you love until what you love pays your bills. I don't know if I answered your question and I forgot what it was.
Remember, congratulations too for being in hip hop for 30-some years. I remember when I watched the DVD. Well, I went to the theaters to watch it too, but when you was yelling at everybody about wearing the Def Jam shit on tour, you wasn't afraid of what probably would have happened or the retaliation of that?
That word afraid, what does that mean?
Of how they could have probably, you know,
What's afraid
pissed
mean?
Russell Simmons off, man.
What does afraid mean? I don't even deal with afraid. Fear is not in my vernacular. That's the things that stop me. Like, why the fuck would I be afraid of Kevin Liles? What would I be afraid of? Those guys are punks. Like, why would I be afraid of suckers? I just told them they were suckers in their face and filmed it.
And they put it out.
Did I look afraid? You know what I'm saying? I'm afraid of suckers and nerds. That's the funny shit when weak people make you think you got to be afraid of them. That's just a con. I'd be like, don't con me. You a sucker. Get in line. You're a soldier. I'm a general. Watch your mouth. That's how I deal with people like that. Afraid is not in my thought process ever. Fear is the dream killer. I don't do that. I don't do the fear thing. I'm not going to walk into traffic in a red light. You know, I'm not dumb. I'm not going to beef with but those guys aren't as strong as they pretend to be. They're laughable to me, like I did. You know, I made them highlight flicks like they were ESPN or something. I would never be feared. Those guys don't scare me at all. I laugh at them. Just because they want me to be scared of them because they're weak. I don't want them to be scared of me. I just want them to play fair or give me a fair one. But they cheat. They conspire. Am I scared of people being bitch-ass niggas? It just comes with the game. I'm disappointed in it more than scared. I'd be like, damn, can't somebody give me a fair fight? But I'll take 3 or 4 of y'all, fuck it. You know, it is what it is.
Dan. Over here, Dan. Look. To your left.
I can't see.
Can you see?
You fucking with me? Is it you?
It's
oh,
me.
Okay.
My name Don Morgan. I'm a young entrepreneur. This is my brand. Tree Hustle Rich Kid, the rich Dan and rich in God's spirit. I've been doing it for 8 years. I just want to know, I'm finna start a tour. Do you think it's wise for me to do that?
To do what?
To go on tour with
No,
it.
that's what you got to do.
All right.
I'm on tour.
And I got some shots for
I'm
you.
on tour.
All
what you're asking me if it's all right to do, I'm doing. I'm not from here.
I know you from Harlem.
Pardon?
I know you from Harlem.
I'm from Harlem. I'm just saying I'm here because I'm touring.
Definitely.
I'm not going home tonight.
All right.
You know. So yeah, I suggest you have to tour.
All right.
As an artist, you get your money from touring. And while you're touring, people are there that like you, you have the ancillary things that you sell. So if I was on point, I'd have hoodies and books and everything else. But this was more of a I wanted to see what I could do and how much I need to spend to do things right. But yes, touring is, you're doing the right thing. Make sure your show is right. That's more important than anything in the world. Anyone can sound good in the studio. For me, definitely when you perform, don't have your vocal in the track. I prefer you not to perform over a track at all. But your performance is key. But when I be looking at, I saw clips of the BET Awards, and they had the track and the vocal. I was like, what the fuck is this? This is fundamentally the worst thing you could do. So as long as your show is right and you're touring, yes, you're right on the right track. That's the beginning. It's everything.
I got some socks for you too.
All right?
All right.
I got some socks for you too.
Thank you. So Dame, there's a couple of, I don't want us to be here all night, you guys, so I would probably take one or two more, but there's a couple of legends in the house and real entrepreneurs that's been in the game and the business for a long time. And I do want to hear from those couple of folks that I want to choose just to speak out that are entrepreneurs that's been in this business for a long time. And one of them is a man right here who's ran Marin City for a while. And he's been in business, Mr. John Logan.
All right, thank you, Mario.
What's up, bro?
Yeah, so Dame, been a fan for many, many years, and appreciate all the work that you've done and inspiration you provided here and abroad. I guess one question that I would ask you is, as folks that are looking to maybe move together with others, other black folks, what would be your advice about how to structure partnerships and develop the trust that's necessary to have something that's sustainable and that can grow over time?
Like I said, for me, I always start with something little. Something that if you lose, it doesn't hurt. Tax write-off, or something that you would do as a hobby. And I observe how people act moving forward at that point for that. But, that's my thing, is showcasing culturally that if we stick together, we could win, because that's what we don't do. And we don't show visuals of that. That's another reason why it was important to do this movie. It was two entrepreneurs sticking together, making a movie about entrepreneurship, doing it in an entrepreneurial way. So, I don't know, for me, I just put it out there. I just tell everyone what I'm trying to do, what my intention is, and if somebody is dreaming the same dreams, we get together. If you have a pattern and an algorithm of doing something successful, you better at doing something than me, then we need to link. And, it's not a local thing. I just proved that it could work locally so it could go platinum federally or nationally. So, the question is, how do I work with people from my culture? Yeah. Yeah, usually, for example, I'm doing a venture right now, and it's building a brand, but also having a factory and understanding, what initiatives there are. The black card is dope. It's very profitable if you know how to use it. But the thing about it is there's initiatives for black people to do things, but there's not enough. If there's a thing where we need black factories and 50% of big businesses has to use a black factory, 50% of the business. If there's no black factories, then what are you gonna do? So those pockets are there, And you could also make a brand based on the opportunities that present themselves. But just because a black man makes it doesn't mean it can't sell to white people. See, that's the shit that I'd be talking about. It'd be we're only allowed to sell our stuff, or perception-wise, to our people. That's a very, comparatively, it's a small demographic compared to the rest of the world. So if every black person is only competing with only black people, the market becomes it's hard. So you can't alienate the rest of the world. A black person can own the product, but they could make stuff for white people. A lot of times they'd be just because you're black, like you could only have a black staff. When I'm trying to get distribution for my television network, they're like, oh, we did this for black channels and we've already spent this much money for black this. Why does it have to be only for black people because a black man owns it? Just because a black man owns it doesn't mean you think I can't inspire white people too. I inspire everybody. So I'm looking for people from my culture that see things the same way, that are like-minded. And that's when I go to state, I'd be like, what are the problems so I could fix it, and who could I fix them with from the market, from that demographic. I just think you attract who you are, And some people come in disguise, but based on what they've done, that's the proof. If they're talking about some shit you can't see, then they're lying. But if you say you're great, you show me great things, and let's work together. So do you have something we could do together? Is that what the question is? Because I'm down. Let's do it.
Thank you for being on tour. And I really, actually changed one of my paradigms, because I've never been, I don't have to say what it is, but I'm very big on education, at least three generations. And it sounds like, you're promoting curriculum more and stuff like that. I have a master's degree, taught substitute teacher for 20 years, and I actually have a movie basically in my spirit, because I live it. I could pitch it, and stuff like that. I run through the city thinking to myself, yo, I run these streets. I mean, jog, because I'm an amateur boxer. But my passion, I'm the same age as you. And, Pac, and I just was wondering if by your branding, you could embrace somebody who has a vision and a dream to make education more palatable to young men through, beyond sports, beyond war, beyond, what was the other one, sports and game, because there's game in the streets, there's sports, and I just embody a lot of paradigm breakers and a lot of solutions. And if you embrace some of the ideas that I want to put forth, I would like to build in places it sounds like you're going more and more and more as far as curriculum and things of that sort. So how can I pitch, or how can I link, or share something through an email to explore that avenue of development?
You see the white girl right there?
Yeah.
That's the one. Okay. Nicolette, yeah. But for me, again, if your work is good and it coincides with what I'm doing, I'll help, and more than likely you can help. So yeah, if it's the right, I don't know what it is and how it is or where it is, pause, but if it makes sense, we work it out. If I told you, if I showed you my octopus and all the 10 companies and what it entails in a day, it's hard, I'm really trying, and I'm dreaming about this conglomerate on a boutique level, keeping myself self-funded. And I know if I focus on one thing that's mine, that would be huge. But everything is huge, but it's, so relative. The point I'm trying to make is it's hard to disengage from what I'm doing because I'm so engaged in it, from a creative level to a business level. For me to disengage and empower someone else, they would have to be independently doing enough where I could say, yo, here's my block, here's the distribution. Like, I distribute companies now. My business was, if it's already done, I could give you a way to put it out. But investing in someone else besides myself would take time from myself, So that's why I try to tell people how to do it on their own, because then I ain't got to do it for them. You know what I mean? I don't want people dependent, and I'm not saying you are. I'll always click up with people that are like-minded. It's never a skin color thing. I never judge people by what their grandparents did. You know, if you're in the same frequency that I am in this current moment, then we're the same race. We're fighting for the same war, which is love. So I will empower that at all times. Will I stop taking care of my child and take care of somebody else's? No. Those days are over. But if I can take care of my child and pass the plug, if I don't have to disengage from the things I love to help you with the things you love, then yeah, we could do that all day. But my focus is on everything I love. It didn't spell. On everything I love. But definitely I will empower, and I'll show you how to do a turnkey the way I've done it. But again, my way is to eat off the land. I'm not waiting for nothing corporate to give me nothing. But I don't mind a government contract.
All right, dang. So I got maybe one or two we can get ready to wrap up for the night. But I want to, Mr. Virgil, one of the legends in the game.
I didn't come here for this, Mario. What you want me to say? Yeah, I'm Virgil Fairley. I'm out of Sacramento, California. But I'm known all over the world. I got a couple movies out. One is called My Life Over the Top. And my producer's here. This Shabazz there. He got the movie out called Greed. I also got a movie out called A Familiar Lie. It's on Tubi TV. Like Damon was saying, Tubi TV is a good network. And I'm working on a few more projects on my life movie. I got one out called Grand Master. I think last time I saw you was in Burbank with Rita.
Oh, with Rita.
Yeah. Yeah, Virgil.
You didn't have so many diamonds on.
Yeah, we was at your studio up there, you remember, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I've been doing a lot of things, and I got a lot of things coming. And go to Tubi TV. I got one called Baby in the Hood. I co-produce on anyway.
Oh yeah, I do remember. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, A Familiar Lie. And I got the other one called, it's on Sheen TV called The Grand Master. What we was talking about up there.
So basically, you're making it happen on your own, your way, and you're monetizing it your way through Tubi.
Not really. I was glad. I just come out of LA for the BET Awards, and I shot up here for my nephews up here tonight. And I'm glad I run into you so we can rap about it.
What'd you say about Netflix?
What'd you say?
I didn't hear the last thing.
I say I'm glad I run into you. I was up there BET.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I run into you so we can rap about it after we get through.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I know it's something we want to do, but we'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
All right. Mario, you put me on the spot.
Already on the spot. Yeah, so, okay, I got one more. You kind of spoke already. We're going to do one more, and we're going to wrap it up because we got Marvella want to do his comedy piece. And I just want to say to all you guys, thank y'all for coming tonight. You guys, I know most of you guys, there's some of you that I don't, but I'm glad to see that we have a strong entrepreneur push right up in here tonight. Because when I look around, I see a lot of y'all, I know you guys are all in business. So that was a good place for us to start these kind of dialogues and conversations right here in the heart of Fillmore at the center. A lot of us come from here. So this is a new beginning for Dame bringing this to the San Francisco and right here to have these conversations. Because I think this is important for all of us. Because this is where it starts, of changing our communities, changing our mindsets, and taking back our communities. So I got one more for...
All right, my name's Chad. Well, my question to you, you said you did the budget for the movie, you said it was $300K. But do you include your fees on top of that when you do that number? Because when you have to sell it to ancillary, you're gonna have to bump that up, right, in order to, because I know you do a lot of the independent and kind of having your rights to everything, but do you test in the market to see if somebody would buy it for a price that would be, you know what I mean, of your interest before you put it onto a platform?
Okay. I just do whatever I feel like doing. I don't test it. I'm very confident in my point of view, and I like to do things that have never been done before. So there's no algorithm for what I do. I make algorithms. So every single thing I've done, people have told me when I ask that I can't do. So I don't ask no more. I just do it. So when I asked about Jay, when I asked about Kanye, when I asked about Kevin Hart, when I asked about Lee Daniels, when I asked about Rachel Roy, each and every one of them, I got resistance and I embraced it. You know, I'm just not asking no more. I just do it. I'm not looking for a marketplace that exists. I'm always trying to create a new marketplace. I want to be first. That's why I discover people. Everyone I just named are famous, but they weren't famous when I met them. I made them famous. You know, I don't buy shit after somebody else likes them. I like them first, then everybody else buys them. I dictate that. And I take confidence and pride in it because, you know, I have a tradition of winning or them winning. But I forgot the question. What was the question? Yeah, I mean, again, do I make myself a line item when I'm paying myself? No. If someone else is paying, then I'll make myself a line item. When it comes to recoupment, if a third party is going to buy it, then I might throw that in my fee. But initially, not. You could pre-sell the rights to something. Yeah, that's usually an international thing, but black people don't usually traditionally do money international, so it's hard to pre-sell it. No, I don't do it that way. That is a way, but I don't do it that way. I just do it, and it might not be the right way. Like I said, it's like I'm not the best businessman because I only do what I love. But if, you know, there's a way that you could pre-sell things in Europe, and then based on the pre-sale, go make it and all that, but that's not, as of yet, that's not the way I've done anything. But I know that model. Like that's the way the white boys sometimes do it with like Leonardo DiCaprio and Bruce Willis. So what they'll do is pre-sell knowing that they'll do a certain amount with a movie overseas. They'll pre-sell it. So let's say they'll say, all right, we're going to do $1 million overseas. We'll license for $1 million, so we'll give you $1 million. From that $1 million, you make the movie with the $1 million. You know, put it out in America because in America, it makes money overseas. Yeah, that's the model. Lionsgate did it. I didn't like it. Because I didn't like the accounting. But it is a model. But that's just not what I do. I just make shit. You know? Like, there's no algorithm for this. I didn't test the market. The way I test the market is make it. And then I say, do you like it? If not, you don't buy it. If you do, you pay for it. And I move on to the next. And if I didn't make my money back, then I just write it off. So it's never a loss. If you do what you love, it's never a loss either. You just learn from it. So the big deal will be when I put this out digitally on my streaming service, America New, and you get it directly from us. I use the theatrical as marketing so that you know when you get to my streaming service, you're getting something that was in the theaters, but you get to get that experience at home. And that is good enough for theatrical. I could do it, you could do it. When you put out something, you can make a lot of money off the verticals. It should be a commercial for the other things that you could stimulate. But at the end of the day, I say this, you gotta dream big, find what you love, and work at doing something, get paid to do something that you would do for free. But you just gotta be good at it. And I'll be back. So, you know, when I launch a music project, I'm gonna show you how I made the music and how I sold the music. When it's time to launch the fashion, I'll show you how I made the clothes and how I sell the clothes. And so on and so forth. You know, I just don't want to be a part of the question anymore. I just want to be a part of the solution. And the solution is coming into places like here, and talking to you directly where I could look in your eyes. and show you how to learn from my experience and give you a blueprint and a roadmap how to get to your dreams. Just because, I'm just telling you what I'm doing for myself, and I'm being very transparent about it. So I might come back with my therapist, so you could know who I talk to, and you could talk to him too. I ain't gonna hide nothing that makes me strong, if it's gonna make y'all strong. Because if y'all strong, we strong, and then we don't need nobody.
Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
you guys, thank everyone for coming out. There's some special thanks that I want to give to people who also made this happen. First to Pia Harris, also the African American Art Complex for allowing us to have this here. Also, I want to thank Shy.
And the Dream Keepers.
And the Dream Keepers, exactly. The Dream Keepers. Also, I want to thank Shy, the manager in Cali Finance, and Little D, and our driver, Aaron, here, who's been working with us all day, who started his entrepreneur business and started with one car, and now he's up to 9 or 10 trucks, and God is good, and just the business. And I want to say this to everybody right now, that, right now is our time, Right now, a lot of great things is happening for us African Americans, and right now, if we don't take advantage of it, we're going to really be behind. There's a big wave that came through, and it's a big blessing, and all of us is being blessed right now. How many of y'all could raise your hand on that? For real, how many could actually say that they're being really blessed right now? I know I can. And God is good, and right, and when we look around, almost everybody in here is moving and shaking. So it's time for us to collectivize and continue to share these blessings, and to continue to work with each other, because that's how we're going to grow. The power is in the people, it's in us, right? And we stop hating on each other and start working with each other instead of hating on each other and bringing each other down, right? The only time we really want to come together when we're doing the Cupid Shuffle, right? You see a whole bunch of them coming together on the Cupid Shuffle. But we got to keep coming together like that so we could all win. Thank Damon for coming and making this happen for us today, and sharing his blessings.
San Francisco is thebomb.com.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I know you guys may want to take pictures and all that. I don't know if he's up to it. You feel all right? Okay.
If y'all need some promotions, come to Grasshopper, Hopper Lot Promotion.
So where's our comedian guy? He walked out on us. Where's Marvella? So we still had one of the comedians here. Yeah, you guys just here for the comedy show? Right now. Thank you, guys.
At least make it look good like you doing comedy, huh? I don't hear no jokes. Marvelous, where'd you go?
Samara, what is it? The comedy show, right? Is this that one comedian talking, right?
The mic is hot, Marvelous.
Yo. It was supposed to be a comedy show, but y'all left. So I'm gonna pick up my check. I'm gonna take a few pictures like I killed it. Take a few videos too. I'm gonna be all on Instagram. Nigga, I killed that shit tonight. I was hot as fuck. I will do some comedy if y'all sit down. Fuck it, we gonna work with what we got. This is Marvelous Marv, your player partner. Ugh. You know, E40 stole my shit. I used to be E50. It's your player partner. I thought it was gonna be a big comedy show. All the other comics didn't show up. They must have got word we wasn't getting paid. Hey, Trev, I didn't get the memo. I thought I was coming here to pick up 15,000. God damn it. Them niggas worse than you with the publishing. Give it up for Frisco. We real Frisco niggas. You feel me? Real Frisco. I was so proud of Pride last week. Do you know they this is some serious shit. If you from Frisco, you gotta really know this shit. They had said, they went down the list and said the gayest cities in the United States. And I'm like, I ain't gay, but I'm gonna own that shit because I'm Frisco. Nigga, it was Miami, New York, Atlanta. And I was like, what the fuck? Nigga, we need to gay this motherfucker up. Even we built our numbers up after Pride though. That was cool. Fuck it, we just gonna pop it. I wonder how hard it was to get some head in the 1930s. How hard could it have been to get some head in the 1930s? This would have been me in the 1930s. Yeah, you dirty rat, you see. You blow my cock, see? Yeah, you're gonna give it, see? That's a James Cagney joke for your historians. Good people. This is the coldest comedy show I've done and not even got paid. I'm just doing this for the gram right now. Like this old nigga. That nigga thought Instagram was a way to order cocaine. Where's my Instagram at? Oh, hello, gorgeous. Excuse me. How are you doing there? I'm an English actor and I'm just trying to make it here in America. They tell me there's a lot of money out here. You're gorgeous. I'm not gonna lie, if you give me half a chance, I'll give you a whole chance. Look, give it up, she's gorgeous. What are you doing in a place like this? Can I give you I ain't gonna try to give you my number, but if I did, it'd be like 415-954-2150. That motherfucker's good for a breakfast, lunch, or a dinner. Give it up for mothers who raising boys on their own. Come on, if any mothers in here raising boys on their own, I got a home girl. And she said, I don't need no motherfucking baby daddy. I could do it on my own. And she did a good job. He grew up, he got a job, he went to a university, but it's one problem. He moved like this. Give it up for all the women. Now all the women who are raising boys or kids on their own, raise your hand. Clap. Yeah, fellas, these is the bitches that's taking you to child support. It's just a joke. Bitches be always talking about, this is my son. He the little daddy. He run the house. This is the man of the house. Hey, Verge, you gonna love this pimp. She know how to go. She like, this little boy, this her son. He my little daddy. He the man of the house. I dated a girl, and the 3-year-old was the man of the house. That 3-year-old bent over to me and say, man, by the time I'm 5, I'm gonna pimp this bitch. Pimp that bitch. Hey, I seen him though. This was years ago. No, this is serious. I seen him. He's 15 now. Hey, LaRon, the little boy is 15 now. You know what he told me? I got a hold my own, but that bitch remind me of my mama. That's a pimp joke. Hey, Verge. That's my uncle right there, Verge. Give it up for Verge. What's the name of the book, Verge? Inside Out, Death is Not a Game. This was a stomp down pimp. He got a book. One time, Verge come to me and say, Marvelous Marv, you can pimp. I was excited because I've been in a couple of tricking accidents. You ever been in a tricking accident? So Verge said I can pimp. So I said, Verge, could I get a whole name Ferrari? He's like, nah, the name taken. I said, how about a bitch named Portia? He's like, the name's taken. I was like, Verge, what's left? He said, a bitch named Station Wagon. She hard to look at, but she can take 5 in that back. That's a pimp joke. I'm coming up with my own apps. Now, Father's Day had went by. Just the other day, I started an app, and it's called the Baby Daddy app, because a lot of women don't have no baby daddies in their life. So we got different price points on what kind of father you want for your baby. You can hit the app. So this girl got the cheapest rate was $14.50. It was for the deadbeat dad rates. So she paid me $14.50, and I did what I did. Like a deadbeat daddy, I didn't show up. That's hilarious. I got another, it's the Baby Daddy app. You push the app. For women, this is some real shit. I got a real app coming out. It's the Baby Daddy app. When your son or your kid is out of order, and that nigga need his ass whooped, you push the app, we jump out of Uber, beat that nigga to death. Get him in order. Women, if you want your son, you hit the app, we jump out of Lyft, we get a little nigga a hug. I used to be a bully. Shit was working out until then. Hey, I had got kicked out of 8 elementary schools. I was pretty tough. And then they sent me to that last chance school. And the nigga wanted to play chess. I don't know if you guys know what chess is. It's like you punch each other in the chest, bam! And that nigga hit me so hard, my soul disengaged from my skeleton. I like, fuck that, and the school bell ring. I don't even know if the school bell ring. That's what I heard in my brain. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, how you guys doing today? I mean, we did have a crowd. I'm not Damon Dash, but that nigga said some real prolific shit, right? No, he did. Yeah, like me, I was inspired. Hello, sis. I was inspired by this nigga. And I had, he said you have to fail before you make it. So it got so bad for me, ladies. Like, you ever been doing so bad, like you really doing bad? Am I by myself? I was doing really bad. It got so bad for me, Verge. I tried to sell dick to young bitches. I had bought an office, a fax machine, all this shit. I know I was about to sell this dick to these young bras. And apparently, I would have did good if you niggas were not here fucking these bitches for free. You niggas is cheaper than the Mexicans, goddammit. I got a son. He's about my height. He's a big kid. And all my friends always ask me, hey man, why don't your son play sports? Man, your son, he's 6'4", why don't he play sports? One day he came home and he said, Dad, I made the team. I was like, that's my motherfucking son. He finally played sports. So I got down like, nigga, show me one of the moves. 54, 64. This nigga said, ready, okay. I think that nigga's Mario's son. Hey, man, Damon Dash is back there. Niggas is trying to get this nigga to invest in anything. Hey, check this out. Dame's so wide open for the game, I'm about to go down there, back in the back and try to fire up Blockbuster video stores again with this nigga. Hey, you got, listen, the criteria to this nigga is all you got to do is believe in your dream. Hey, Dame, I believe in my dream, man. I was thinking about this great idea, Blockbuster video store. Hey, you know what's worse than Blockbuster video store? Me trying to sell dick to young bitches. That's worse than the Blockbuster video store. Oh, shit. The other comedians didn't come. Like, it was supposed to be 3 or 4 other comedians. But I didn't check my email before I came here. I didn't know this was a free show. I didn't get the motherfucking memo. Hey, Dane, I believe in my dream. Hey, Dane, I'm at the part where you ain't making no money and taking a loss on your dream. Hey, how about I'm a comedian? Let's do some questions and answers for some comedian shit. All right, first. Okay. Oh, because I was doing bad, and what I figured is that you young hoes got tired of these niggas jumping up and down on your pussy and beating on your ass, and you wanted a nigga with a job and a credit score. That was the cornerstone of my business thought. But yeah, it was my sales pitch. But apparently I was wrong on that investment. Hey, Dane, got another loser. Let me ask you guys this, because you spoke to Dane. What did you want him to, because he never answered your question. You said, he really wanted to say that once the dream is completed, then I go to the next dream. See, women, y'all got like 40,000 dreams, but you want a nigga to pay for it. You're like, slow down, bitch. Stop being so creative. Do not fuck with a creative bitch. Huh? Oh, but guess who pays for that shit? We do. Listen, women, if you want to know if women, do you guys want to know why men cheat? No, seriously. You're close. Hey, Verge, niggas cheat for one reason. For one reason. Y'all ready for the psychology? Because that's the shit niggas do. That's the only reason that niggas cheat. For no other reason, because that's the shit niggas do. And fellas, why every time we fall in love with a bitch, we think we got a different kind of bitch. She's different. No, nigga, you just in love with her. I thought I had a different kind of bitch. I thought my bitch was a princess, goddamn. She gonna go fuck with another king after she leave me. This bitch got tired of my shit. And you know what she did? Start fucking with a plumber. You get it? Tired of my shit, fuck with a plumber. Ironic, irony. That was irony. That hurt. I'm still going through the breakup. You know what? Tiffany, that hurt me. Hey, you know why she left me? You guys want to know why my girl left me after 30 years? Because I did everything to that bitch, Verge, that Hitler did to the Jews. And that's why she left me. Give it up to her for getting smart on a nigga. But she shouldn't have took 54 years to go. It's like, bitch, the market is, that thing ain't working to what it used to be. Oh, GPS, how that work? No, she did. And I know everybody's religious. How many people in here believe in God? Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you believe in the Lord. Come on, come on. Lady, you don't believe in the Lord? Do you believe in God? God put it on my heart, for real, for y'all, Lord put it on my heart for y'all to come together and give me a few dollars. Hey, you ever see that? You ever see that preacher on TV and he be like, "'Cause God." Huh? You ever see him? "'Cause God." Oh no, hey baby, that nigga, you do not want that nigga to come around. That nigga will pimp the socks off your shirt. That nigga put some alcohol in your liquor. Do you think every bishop got pimped? They said the same thing you said. Oh, I can't get pimped, and now they hoeing. It doesn't work like that. No, you think you got a choice? I'm gonna end it with this. I'm gonna end it with this religious joke because I feel like this is a religious setting for some reason. I don't know. So the nigga on TV, you guys ever see him on late night TV? He says, "'Cause God." Huh? So this nigga, I don't even get into this shit. This nigga, I thought I would get away with it. This nigga talking about how God, if you make this donation, because God, and he was like, do you feel any pain in your back? Do you feel any pain in your knee? I was like, damn, this nigga really got me. I'm gonna send him some money. So I sent him some money. Bro, a week later, blood, this motherfucker called me back and said, he said the check had bounced. And I told that nigga the check couldn't have bounced. Because I made it out to God. And he knew to not put that motherfucker into Wednesday. Give it up. That's it. Marvelous Marv. Thank you guys for sharing this. Thank you. You know what I like about these claps? They're like 2 over the ear, 1 over the ear. This shit adds up. Well, all right. Ugh. My biggest show ever. When it go on Instagram, ladies, this shit gonna be big, big. Marvelous, marvelous. Your player partner 50 water. Ugh. Hey, Trev, you had to like that one joke. The one I said, I wonder how it was getting head in the 1930s. And I did that James Cagney act out. He ain't you dirty rat, you Sheen. You blow my cock, Sheen. Obviously, you guys not old enough for that joke. Now, good brother, you remember James Cagney? And that joke wasn't funny. I'm about to scratch that mother. If you didn't find it funny, my nigga, let's go. Oh, yeah, good. Google it. Thank you, guys. Give it up for Dame Dash.
Marvelous. We're looking for you up here, Marvelous.
Nigga, I know, I'm not going there. You niggas gonna charge me for getting on stage.
Yes, we're gonna find you,
I'm gonna be a front door promoter. Bye.
Give it up for Marvelous, ladies and gentlemen. All right, thank you. That will end the show for tonight, as you well know. And we appreciate your attendance. Travel safe, be well. We'll see you next time. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Exit stage right. They still in there? Oh, they in the car? Good. All right. All right. Well, that's about who? Yeah, they're outside on their way in that car now. Yeah, it's all said and done. What's up, Epps? Did you get him? Yeah, he back there. They're the car now. All right, that is a wrap.